15. Sars Group Executive for Branch Operations Dan Zulu said that one of the main requirements is to file your IRP5 form, which shows income earned and how much tax has been paid on this amount. Now, for a better understanding of these and other tax-related issues, we are joined in studio by Maggie Ntombela, who is the Senior Manager at Deloitte Taxation Services Africa. Maggie, a very good morning and welcome to AM News.
Morning, Elvis. Thanks.
People get scared this time of the year when they need to submit their tax returns. But some says it's a very easy process. Take us through that. When you want to submit your tax returns, what do you do? What do you need?
It is an easy process. And I think what Sars is doing as well, they are also very helpful. There are 3 ways of submitting your tax return. The old-fashioned people, they can still submit their returns manually. All they do, they phone the Sars call center and request for their tax return to be posted to them. And then they get the return, fill it in, and submit it back to Sars. It's either they drop it at any Sars branch or they post it back to Sars. Or you do it via e-filing, and then of which is the easiest way. Because with the e-filing one, you can either do it on your computer, you can go to a Sars branch where they'll do it for you as well, or you can do it, you can even do it on your app, on your iOS phone or whatever app that you've got.
For those that are born after computers, because before computers is very difficult for those kind of people.
Exactly.
To submit,
I think that's why Sars had that option as well, that you can walk into a Sars branch and then they will help you to fill it in. Okay. And then another thing is that if you get income of 350 or less from one employer, you don't have to file a return. But then
350,000.
350,000. That's if you don't have any medical or you don't have any allowances, then you don't have to file a return. But then if you get an income, even if it's less than 350,000 rand per annum from more than one employer, you are required to file a tax return.
Okay. Now, let's get back to the matters at hand. Now, when SARS issues a tax return notice, what does that mean to a normal taxpayer?
What it means, it simply means that when you say notice, are you referring to an assessment or the actual tax return?
The assessment and a tax return.
When you get an assessment, what it means that once you've submitted your return, you've done your declaration saying that, okay, this is all the declaration that I've got for this year. SARS sends back an assessment to say that, okay, I owe you or you owe me, of which everyone wants the part where SARS owes you.
Now, there are talks of a tax treatment of share schemes being revisited. What is that all about and what does it mean?
The share scheme, it's a very complicated subject. And most people don't get it right. And what it simply means that it's that there are still schemes that are designed in a way that when at the end of the vesting period, there's a gain, it's paid out as an exempt dividend.
Yes.
So that means there's no tax
on it.
Event happening at that point in time. But then what SARS is looking at, it's looking at throwing that into the Section 8C, that when that gain event happens, then the gain is taxable.
I see.
So basically, it's just to do away with having those schemes where there is no tax event happening.
So people are going to lose out a little bit that sharing in those schemes. Now, the section dealing with the tax treatment of employee share schemes has also been described as one of the most complicated sections in the Income Tax Act. Why do you think that is the case? Is the problem?
Like I said earlier, it is a problem, especially now because there are 2 different types of the shares of share schemes. So you need to understand the gist of what that means, and you need to understand what the tax treatment of those share schemes is. For example, there are share schemes that the tax event happens when they actually exercise as opposed to when they vest. And they would go for a different period. There are some shares that they will vest over a period of 3 years, but then the tax event happened when they exercise, which is after the 3-year period. Or some of them in the past, you'd find that on vesting each year, then there's a tax event that happens. So you need to understand all those types of schemes and what the tax treatment is.
Now, the Sars Group executive indicated that one of the main requirements for a tax payer is to submit the IRP5. Is that the only thing that they require to submit their tax returns?
Not just the IRP5. Remember, when you do your declaration, you'll have to declare your employment income being what you'll get on an IRP5. If you run a business, you need to do some financials, declare your income and the expenses. If you are renting out property, you need to declare that rental income that you are earning. And if you've got any investment income, you are earning interest, you need to declare that. And what SARS has done as well, they are getting information from third parties, like your banking institution. So you may not declare your interest. When you submit your return, SARS will come back and say you've got an X amount of interest that you've received. And failure to do that, SARS may levy penalties. So it's very important that you do a full disclosure.
So finally then, Maggie, your advice to taxpayers out there. Tomorrow is, in fact, next week is the starting date, the 1st of July. Your advice to taxpayers?
My advice to taxpayers is that the sooner you deal with it, the better, and make sure that you do a full disclosure to avoid any penalties for non-disclosure, because they can penalize you up to 200%. So it's very important that you do a full disclosure, and just know that SARS do get information from third-party sources, so you can't hide anything from them.
Companies like yourself at Deloitte Taxation Services, do you assist consumers or companies to deal with their tax issues?
Yes, we do.
Where can they get hold of you if they do need assistance?
They can they can get hold of us. If they can go to the Deloitte website, they will see there is a tax department, and it does have the contact details. Or if they want to send me an email, they can send me an email. If it's something that I can't help, I will redirect them. It's Ntombela@deloitte.co.za.
Well, there you have it. Maggie, thank you so much for joining us here in studio. That was Maggie Ntombela, who is a senior manager at Deloitte Taxation Services. And if you need to reach her, you can go to the website, as she indicated there, www.deloitte.co.za, I would imagine. Yes. And of course, an email you can send to m.ntombela. M.Ntombela.
Yes.
Okay, there we go, at deloitte.co.za. There you have it. Thank you so much.